What's going on, kids? This is Jesse, also known as Satire, and welcome back to YouTube, the only platform on the internet where Iron Man dies at the end of Avengers Endgame. Wow, it's raining, and I'm really sorry for the noise and sound quality, but I have to get this review out right now because this is a very intense and time-sensitive review. I need to get it out on the internet before anyone else. I just got out of a special showing of Spider-Man Far From Home. Yes, that's right, the new Spider-Man movie, Avengers crossover style movie with Tom Holland as Spider-Man, directed by John Watts, had its very first showing last night, and I got to go with the press pass because my father is very rich and powerful. So basically, let me explain the plot of this movie to you, because it's a little different than what's going to be going on in the trailers, as I'm sure you're about to hear from other YouTubers as well. And I'm going to give a spoiler warning, because I'm going to be talking about spoilers in this review. This is a spoiler-filled review. If you want to know my thoughts on the movie right now, it's great. It's one of the best Marvel movies. Seriously. Now, let's get into the spoiler portion of this review. So first off, a plot thread from Avengers Endgame does show up in this film, and there will be spoilers for Avengers Endgame as well in this video, which you should have seen by now. So basically, people thought that there was a plot hole where, since Peter was gone when he came back, everyone was going to be 4 years older. Well, that didn't happen because everyone at his school also got vanished with a snap. Pretty coincidental, right? Yeah, true. And they came back. However, a little plot hole here. When they came back, Doctor Strange had some portals over the Atlantic Ocean, so everyone else except for Spider-Man ended up drowning after Avengers Endgame. Yeah, it's a little weird, I know. Odd creative choice. I don't enjoy that choice very much. I think they could have done a lot more with his classmates, like his fat Asian friend, dead. Zendaya's MJ, dead. All the other forgettable characters, Penis Parker dude, dead, dead, dead. Oh wait, that was Flash Thompson, right? Yeah, Flash is fucking dead, for sure. Basically, Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, is in mourning, not only because his father figure, Iron Man, has died, but everyone at school is dead too. He doesn't want to go back to school. He doesn't want to pretend to be Peter Parker again when he's going through all of this mourning. So basically, Nick Fury hires Mysterio, who's from a different dimension. Mysterio comes in, and he starts to teach Peter Parker. Now, I know everyone's confused because Mysterio's a villain in the comics, but here he's a good guy. In fact, he kind of takes over the father figure that Tony had. And they kind of have like a little therapy session. They're on a bridge and they're talking, and then he tells Peter, I know why you're sad. And Peter's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? Everyone I love died except for my Aunt May. He's like, no, that's not it. Peter, you haven't had sex yet. And then Peter's like, oh shit, you're right. And Mysterio responds to him by saying, Peter, you don't care that everyone's dead. You don't care about any of these people. In reality, you're just mad because you didn't get to have sex with MJ and because you didn't get to brag to your friend about having sex. You're a virgin, dude. We need to fix that. And Peter was like, that's a reasonable assessment, Mysterio. So basically, this movie becomes a buddy road trip comedy about Peter Parker, also known as Spider-Man, losing his virginity. So all those elementals that you see in the trailer, they come into play as these weird hallucinatory agents, but because before they go on their little road trip, Mysterio kind of, he drugs Peter Parker. He puts some acid in one of Peter Parker's water bottles, and I'm not for that. Let me just tell you right now, I am against drugging teenage kids, but the movie does it fairly well. It's a pretty funny scene. What the fuck am I saying right now? So anyways, they go on their little road trip. They buy strippers at first. They go to a strip club until it's revealed that Peter Parker isn't 18 yet, so they get kicked out. Pretty funny. Mysterio kills one of the bodyguards. He snaps his neck in front of Peter Parker. And Peter's like, whoa! Wait, I'm on acid. I don't care about any of this. And so he goes away. And they encounter some of the elementals. It's like a hallucinatory fight scene. It's not really happening. They're actually fighting this homeless guy in an alleyway. It's like the water one, and then Peter manages to evaporate all the water, and in reality, he's evaporating all the blood inside the homeless man. So Peter kills this homeless man. But you don't have to worry about it, because he doesn't know he did it. So he's not a bad guy, and there's no repercussions for it. It's just character development. So anyways, they're having a rough time until Captain Marvel comes in. They're at the top of this building. Peter's really sad. He's about to jump off. And Mysterio's like, don't do it, bro. You can still have sex. And Peter's like, no, I'm going to be a virgin forever. Jumps off. Captain Marvel cradles him in his arms and comes back up to the rooftop and is like, Peter, I know your struggle. I too was a virgin once until I realized that all men were trash. Then Peter's like, wait a second. Where the fuck were you in Avengers Endgame? You are a horrendous character and you're doing nothing interesting for the plot there or now. And she's like, I know, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make up for that. I know someone you can have sex with. And Peter's like, who? And she's like, I can't show you because I respect her rights as a woman and you can't look at her. And he's like, fine, that's fine. I'll have sex with anyone. I don't care. And Mysterio's like, doesn't trust her. Mysterio's like, I don't know. She's Captain Marvel. No one likes Captain Marvel. And then when she kills Mysterio. What the fuck am I saying, man? Yeah, Mysterio expresses doubt, so Captain Marvel kills him with the power of her vagina. Her vagina shoots out a ray into the middle of Mysterio's chest and combusts him. Dies. Instant death. Due to vagina ray. Captain Marvel has to blindfold Peter, takes him to this unknown place. We can't see anything either. The screen's black, you just hear the noise and moaning, and it's revealed that Peter Parker is having sex and he loses his virginity. Captain Marvel pats him on the back. She's like, good job, buddy. I know you could do it. Does it feel good? And Peter Parker was like, yeah, I feel like a Chad now. His voice is deeper in post-production. His voice is deepened because he's a Chad now. And Captain Marvel's like, that's wonderful. He begins to take the blindfold off. Captain Marvel says, no, you can't do that, Pete. Doesn't listen. Peter takes it off. In front of him, unclothed, fully nude, is Aunt May. Peter Parker just shagged Aunt May. He was so desperate to lose his virginity that he lost what made him a human being to begin with, and he did this atrocious act. And the movie ends with Peter once again jumping off of that building, except this time Captain Marvel doesn't stop him. Sometimes life brings obstacles. Sometimes life puts an obstacle in front of you, and you're just unable to overcome it. And that's exactly what Spider-Man Far From Home represented. It was an obstacle that Peter Parker couldn't overcome, so he lost. It's a brave story. It's a brave tale to tell, and I'm glad that the MCU did that. They're a brave company for doing it. I support women's rights. I would never drug a kid, and I'm against incest. But this movie is a 10 out of 10. Go see it in theaters. Spider-Man Far From Home, more like Spider-Man Far From My Mom's Pussy.